Welcome to the membership orientation. Let's stretch our bodies with a joyful song before we get into the actual PowerPoint display. So get out of your chairs, stretch your arms and hands, and sing along.
Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way. Let me love in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way. Let me love in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me know that love is all around me. Let me know that love is all around. Oh, let me know that love is all around. Oh, let me learn from all the ways I fall. Let me learn from all the ways I fall. Oh, let me know that love can heal us all. Let me know that love can heal us all. Oh, let me know that love can heal us all. Let me know that love can heal us all. Oh, let me live in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me live in a holy, holy way. That's right. Oh, let me live in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me live in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me serve in a holy, holy way. Let me serve in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me serve in a holy, holy way. Let me serve in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me share the good that's overflowing. Let me share the good that's overflowing. And let me care for those around the world. Let me care for those around the world. Oh, let me serve in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me serve in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me serve in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me serve in a holy, holy way.
Holy. There we go.
My apologies, my computer started doing updates in the middle of the song and I had to click it off and then it turns the music off. But here we are to our official part. I'm going to turn my camera on. Oh, on. There we are. Okay. Welcome to our membership orientation. And please help me welcome our president, Peter Walton.
Thank you, everyone, and welcome. We really appreciate your presence here today. If you're new, we really appreciate your presence. And if you're not new, we also appreciate your presence. So this morning I guess it's not morning anymore. This afternoon we'll have our membership orientation meeting and sign up and growth and thriving community that we have. I invite you to a prayer that I will give you. If you will find yourself in your seat, with your eyes closed, reach your chin up to where your nose was, as if you were welcoming the sun into your being. Spirit has created the sun to give us light and love continuously. As we accept this light and love, it comes through our pores and enters into our hearts, fills us to the brim each day, gives us the ability to empty our hearts each day in sharing this light and love. And it is in this manner that we have community. We also welcome the night as it gives us a little rest in between, because this is a very strong and powerful feeling to share love. And as we concentrate on this ability, it is our love force. And the love cycle is what keeps us renewed, excited, and positive. Once we come to this realization, we are full and our living is blessed. We also like to center our hearts around our growing and thriving Unity community. And we bless and thank all of those people who are joining us today in a heartfelt, unfolding connection. And so it is.
Hallelujah.
This morning, this afternoon, I'll get used to this hour change. This afternoon, we would like to welcome Angelica Bendrich, and she will present us with how she found unity. Angelica?
Yes, every time I try to click my sound and camera on, it goes to the next point on the PowerPoint. How did I find unity? I was invited by my neighbor when I lived in Crescent Beach. Dixie Hobby was my backyard neighbor. And she joined my Toastmaster Club and invited me to Unity while she was giving a talk to just evaluate just how wonderful a speaker she is. And what struck me about the meeting at Elks Hall was how friendly and welcoming the community was. Hugs being exchanged, lots of smiles, lots of bubbliness, great music. And what I loved about the teachings, that it was so resonating with my soul about being all inclusive. No matter what background or experiences or understanding of God we had, I felt I was at home, and I've been there ever since. It's coming up to 7 years. Wonderful community to be a part of.
Thank you. And next we have Jeanette Flemmer, who is a member of the board, to present how she found unity.
Hello there, everyone. I was on a holiday in Hawaii, and we'd always go around Diamond Head, and I always saw this unity group, and I always was it was an open concept church kind of thing. And so I told my husband I'd really wanted to go and try go to a service there. And so we went, and it was the most beautiful service that I had ever been to in a very long time. And how they welcomed you was with all new members or guests with puka shells, and they all gave us beautiful puka shells, and they all prayed over us and gave us a blessing, and it was so powerful and most beautiful. And I was hooked after that, and I said to my husband, I got to find a Unity church in Vancouver. So we moved to South Surrey and then found out White Rock Unity Church, and I've been going, I guess, for a couple of years now, 3 years or so. And like Angelica says, what I love about Unity Church is that it's so inclusive. And that's what I'm all about is, being inclusive and just it's heartwarming going to the service there in White Rock. There's so much love and joy that's shared amongst us, and I love it. And that's my story.
Thank you, Jeanette. Next, we'll have Pixie Hobby, please.
It was in the fall of 1990, and I was living in Chelsea, Quebec, just north of the border with Ontario and Ottawa. And I was going through a really exhausting time at work at that point. And my late husband was ill at the time. And I just felt that I needed some sort of warmth, some nourishment, some spiritual nourishment. And I wandered into a New Thought bookstore, a New Age bookstore in the West End of Ottawa, and started looking around at all the beautiful books and the angels and the crystals and everything they had there. And suddenly a lady came in the room, and she was looking at books beside me, and it was Reverend Charlene Smith. And this bookstore was downstairs attached to the Unity Church of Ottawa. And I struck up a conversation with Reverend Charlene, and then I started showing up. And just like Angelica and Jeanette said, I found like-minded people, beautiful music played by Robert, an organist who played the most ethereal music I'd ever heard. And the people were so loving, and it was just like one big happy family. I just loved it, and I started going, and then 2 years later I was on the board. So I wanted to give back for all the nourishment and love that I'd received from the Unity community in Ottawa.
Thank you very much, Pixie. I forgot to mention that Pixie's also on the board. Another board member is Marcus. If Marcus could tell us how he found Unity.
Well, it was so long ago, I don't really remember. But I'm from Winnipeg, and I remember when sometimes when people want to find a spiritual home, they go to different churches, different things to see what would resonate with them. And at that time, I found that CSL in Winnipeg resonated with me. And when I went to Unity in Winnipeg, it was much more structured, like a very traditional Christian type of organization, and that didn't resonate with me at that time. But then we cut to 10 years later, and when I was in White Rock, and CSL White Rock had temporarily shut down. I don't even know how I knew about Unity, but when I went in, I was what really struck me was much better music and participatory. So, because there's been other places that had very good music, CSL had good, but the audience were just sitting there without any reaction. And it's like, but at Unity, White Rock, we had like lyrics on the screen that we could sing to, and it really it really tickled my sense of irony to sing John Lennon's "Let It Be." No, not "Let It Be." The one was like "Believe in No Religion" or whatever. Sing that in church. Yes, thank you. And so, in short, I came for the music and stayed for the spiritual message.
Thank you, Marcus.
Thank you.
I found Unity by Angelica Bendrich inviting me, or was I carrying some things for her? I don't remember. one of the things that I liked when I came into Unity at the Elks Hall was the energy, both the calming energy of Lawrence Kirby and the excitement energy of his partner, Desiree Stevens. The speakers moved me to wanting to have more. And more is what I seem to have. So I appreciate the community, and I appreciate the ability to serve in this community. Next, we'll have Rosie, please. Rosie McLaren.
I came to Unity in '96, and it was through a friend and through advertisement in Shared Vision. I was interested, and then when I saw the balloons outside and the hugs and the dancing and the great music and the message, and what really struck with me, it was the first time I found a community which actually believed exactly like I did, in unity, in that there is one God, and that all religions serve their purposes, that everyone is inherently good, that we all are part of this spiritual energy. And that resonated so much, but the music, the people, it was uplifting, energizing, and I ever since, I never went anywhere else. It was just, that was my home.
Thank you, Rosie. Is Maureen still with us?
No, I think she had to leave. Some visitors came.
Okay, is there anybody else that would like to speak about how they found Unity? Anyone?
Marcus is raising his hand.
I just forgot to mention that the other thing that made a wonderful impression was how friendly people were, and especially Rosie. So I just wanted to add that. That's all.
Thanks.
Thank you, Marcus.
Desiree, were you going to say something?
Yeah, I just wanted to say that I found Unity when I was a young child, but I feel like I found Unity, the meaning of Unity, in many different ways through my life and the exploration of truth within myself. And how I found Unity of White Rock was I heard about it, came and showed up at the Sunnyside Hall. I had a little wooden Unity sign from my mom's old church that I thought they would like to have. So I brought it, and it was Rob Tanner was at the door, very, very welcoming and loving. And it was a really large group of people, and they had the band Alchemy playing at the time, and they were right in transition. They were missing, their minister was leaving, and they were looking for a new one. So, but I do recall my very, very first time, one of my first times was that if I brought my kids, they wanted to know if you could help take care of the kids in children's church for once a month. And I went, everything in my being went, no way, because I needed this hour so much every week. So I actually went away for quite a while, and then started coming back. And then I realized that, okay, I was in a better headspace. I had 3 kids, young, and a lot of demands and sports and all this stuff. So, and that's how I've discovered Unity in many different ways. And through being at Unity in White Rock, with the Children's Church and the YOU, and the courses and the classes and the people. So it's an ongoing process. It's an ongoing discovery. And I appreciate
Thank you,
it.
Desiree. That's great. Angelica, would you like to
Yes.
continue?
Okay, thank you. And thank you so much, everyone, for sharing. As we just experienced, it is enriching the community, and the community enriches you. By being a member of Unity of White Rock, there is a deepened sense of belonging, and it adds to your spiritual consciousness to co-create. We make up this community. You grow your skills and talents by contributing in a meaningful way, just like your skills that you already bring enrich everybody else. We teach and we learn from one another. Adding your voice and adding your vote by being a member helps you determine the leadership in the direction for our community. with support of your well-being by affirming and living into Unity of White Rock's vision, mission, core values, and principles, and support the community with your time, your talent, your treasure, as we transform our world throughout shared spiritual awakening.
Thank you, Angelica. And Jeanette, are you to
Yeah.
speak on this? Yeah. Thank you.
So living the principles, our mission is to be a loving, inclusive community, co-creating with spirit to transform lives. And our vision is we envision a world powerfully transformed through the growing movement of shared spiritual awakening.
Thank you, Jeanette. I think we have Pixie for the 5 basic principles.
Yes, thank you, Peter. These are the 5 basic unity principles. God is the source and creator of all. There is no other enduring power. God is good and present everywhere. The second one, we are spiritual beings created in God's image. The Spirit of God lives within each person. Therefore, all people are inherently good and inherently God. The third one, we create our life experiences through our way of thinking. And fourth, there is power in affirmative prayer, which we believe increases our awareness of our God being. And fifth, knowledge of these spiritual principles is not enough. We must live them in our daily lives. And that's the truth.
And living the principles is Rosie McLaren, please.
Okay, living the principles. Unity is God-centered. We practice positive, practical Christianity, and we believe that our natural state is perfect wholeness and dynamic aliveness. Unity is a pathway to peace. We are inclusive because we believe every person is a spiritual being choosing to live a personal life. We are transformational. Consciousness is cause, manifestation is the effect of consciousness. And we believe that whatever we give out in thoughts, feelings, and actions multiplies and circulates back to us. We are loving because we believe that only love is real, and it is our purpose to remove the blocks to the awareness of love's presence. We do this through the practice of forgiveness, and we are loving stewards, respecting and protecting Mother Earth and all of life. We are heart-centered because we focus on the good, and we believe that heart-centered service is the highest activity to which we can aspire.
Thank you, Rosie. Our next is today's speaker, Janet Law.
Yes, so Unity Worldwide Spiritual Institute is designed to empower people on their journey with practical, progressive teachers that can ignite spiritual awakening and transformation. This is done through spiritual education and enrichment courses, C courses as we call them, and classes are held at Unity Worldwide online with many different topics to choose from. And there's ministry and minister spiritual leader resources, as well as education, ordination, and licensing of ministers and teachers. They have the Unity Identity Project, which is the branding, where there is a logo that they encourage everybody to use within their Unity Center. We teach peace skills. Transition ministry consultants are always available. And we have they have an annual conference. Unity Worldwide headquarters is located in Unity Village, actually Lee Summit, Missouri. It's its actually own incorporation. There are prayer with Silent Unity and retreats. There is publishing, which is Daily Word and Unity Magazine, as well as books. And there's Unity.fm, and Unity was the very first religious spiritual organization to actually broadcast spiritual messages, and that was known throughout America. We also have a map here showing the many, many Unity churches within the Unity movement. And this is not just in North America and Canada, but into Mexico. We have churches in Russia. We have churches in Africa, in the Caribbean, in many, many places in the world. It's too many to count. And where does Unity of White Rock fit in? Well, we are known as the Pacific Northwest, and the Unity Worldwide Ministries, UWM region, refers to us as the Pacific Northwest. And then the Unity World Headquarters is, of course, in Unity Village. We've got a beautiful picture here of Unity Village, and this is the wonderful fountains, which are displayed beautifully through most of the year, at least when it's good weather, not in the winter. And there's also a bridge of faith that you can walk across at one point on this beautiful fountain area, and that was put there so we would always remember to have faith. We also see many education building there, and so many things happen here. At the far end, there's a building that's actually known as the Unity Center, where they hold all kinds of Sunday morning services as well as for conferences. It's a large, large gathering place. Here we've actually got the Silent Unity chapel, and above it is Silent Unity, and prayer has been going on, and the light is always on for everybody at any time, but this is a place where you can go, and it's a beautiful chapel. This is the labyrinth that was installed, and as you can see, there's a circle of peace here, and this is designed for people to walk on and do their own spiritual moving meditation. You'll also notice that there is a building, and that's one of the original Unity buildings that was built when it came together first as a farm and as a spiritual place to go for study, and then of course Unity Village was built following that as more and more people wanted a place to be and to study. This is the conference center, and this area is a beautiful place where you can go actually any time of the year. It has full facilities here, rooms that you can rent. They also have boardrooms so that activities can happen in smaller groups, and many people do reserve these for retreats. We have everything from Yogananda groups to Unity conferences. Many conferences use this space. And this here is actually that building that I was showing you earlier, and this is the big gathering place at Unity Village where many people gather for conferences, spiritual gathering place.
You can see it's Christmas. It's a Christmas tree.
It is. It is. It's a beautiful space.
Mm-hmm. You want to continue?
Are we with Pixie at the moment?
This one's
That's
still
fine.
Janet.
Do you
Okay,
want me to do this too? That was my
Yeah.
understanding.
yeah, still Janet. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, so in terms of governance, we are a registered charity in British Columbia and in Canada, and we are part of the charitable societies registered as a charity, as all of Unity churches who would like the designation of being a registered charity also are. We also have our spiritual leadership team known as our SLT, and that consists of Angelica, Pixie, and Rosie. And of course, the board of trustees, who are Peter Walton and Vice President Pixie Hobby. And we also have Secretary Marcus Harrison and Treasurer Rosie McLaren. Jeanette Flemmer and Jane Hutton round out the group.
And I think we have Pixie Hobby for this, please.
Oh, this is about the membership. Oh no, about leadership. Is this about the leadership, Peter?
No, this is about the membership qualifications. The rights
Oh,
and
I
mem-
thought Marcus was going to do that, but if
Oh.
he's not doing it, I'm happy to do it.
Is
um,
Marcus?
Is Marcus going to do this, or shall I do it?
What say you, Marcus?
I would say Pixie is eminently qualified to tell us all about our legal responsibilities.
Okay, the in order to be a member, to qualify as a member, you need to live in accordance with the universal principles of love and truth as taught by Unity, and to further the work of the Unity ministry through active interest, love, and support. A person becomes a member once they fill in an application form for membership for membership, and the board accepts that application form. And memberships are for 1 year, and after 1 year, you need to reapply for membership by January of each year. Our bylaws say that we need to, our memberships expire on January 31st of every year, and we have to apply before that time every year. And the powers, I'm reluctant to talk about rights and responsibilities, and rather to speak of the powers of the membership, because that's more precisely set out in our bylaws in more of a spiritual way than rights and responsibilities. And that's in section 2.7 of the bylaws, and that says that every member needs to uphold the Constitution and the bylaws. We live by the Constitution, which is required by the Society Act of BC, and we have a constitution. It's very short. The bylaws are more detailed, and they are I'd say the governing rules of our specific spiritual community. Members of the community have the power to vote at any membership meeting, and they can elect members to the board of directors. They also ratify, that means to agree with in writing, the bylaws of the ministry and any amendments that might be made to those bylaws. And the bylaws can be amended from time to time. Members also vote on any question of sale or pledge of real property. We don't have any of that right now at member of, as in Unity of White Rock. That would be real estate. But we don't have to worry about that. The members can elect a person to serve on the nominating committee, and the nominating committee is a group of members from the congregation, from our community, plus a board member who go around and find new board members. That's the duty of the nominating committee, to find new board members when current board members' terms expire for their service and new members are being sought out. Members can request the calling of a special membership meeting whenever they think the affairs of the ministry need it. And they can also request, this is done by request to the board, and they have to state the reason for this, having a special meeting, whether it's like to rent a new facility or something of that nature. And members also have a lot of power because they can override any action taken by the board of directors. And this is a power they have. The board is actually representing the members and is accountable to the members. And the board, members can also vote to remove any member of the board from his or her office. And they can also vote on matters that are brought to the attention of the membership. Like, for example, are we going to go back to Elks Hall, or are we going to look for another facility if enough people don't want to go to Elks Hall? And also the members can offer suggestions for the good of the ministry to the board, and the board will accept those because the board is accountable to the members. And that's what it means to be a member.
May I just add something about the timing of renewing your membership, because it will much more flexible than just having everyone sign up in January, even so it expires in January, but it will not really come into effect till we have our AGM. So we do have an allowance of quite a few months to get the renewal done. And I want to thank Marcus for doing such an outstanding job on updating and creating a very easy, fillable membership form on our website. And it's so well done and it's so easy. We all tried it out. It's just totally smooth. So I encourage everyone to just go on the website and renew. It's easy. Thanks.
Did you see the work I did yesterday, where I took the member bylaws that Pixie had emailed to everybody, and I created a new page on the website, and I put the link for that into the online form.
Perfect. That's so awesome. Thanks, Marcus.
Thanks, Marcus. Yeah, it's this. It's good. It's what I sent was basically a copy and paste of the actual bylaws in case members or potential new members had specific questions that they wanted to ask. But it's also nice to have another document as well.
I just had a quick question regarding signing the document. Do we need to do that when we fill it online, or do we need to copy it up and then send a hard copy to?
Actually, on the next slide. Can we hold the questions after?
Okay. Well, we were just in that. So just want to know.
Okay. I would just like to echo the acknowledgement of Marcus, because I filled out that form and sent it in, and if I can do it, anybody can do it.
High praise indeed.
We have Marcus is, I believe we've already done the Pixie Hobby.
No, this is a section of the action team.
Oh, okay. So we'll introduce Pixie Hobby again.
Okay, and I'm going to be talking about leadership, and the idea of leadership in unity is a concept that comes from a giving heart. And therefore, leadership is about caring and sharing. It's not about having specific skills or experience. And the unity community is always there to support and help you in your growth as a leader. So it shouldn't be a deterrent to anybody that they lack specific experience or whatever to become a member of the leadership team, the board of directors, there is support available, and it not just within our board, but also the wider Unity community is there to support as well. So that's something to keep in mind if you are having some doubts whether you could serve on the board. Of course you can.
Thank you, Pixie. Communications and marketing is our Mr. Harrison, the secretary on the board.
Well, very briefly, I think all of us have noticed that the digital transformation has changed the way people interact, and naturally the younger people are 100 times more into this stuff than the older people. So we need to understand that if we want to keep our organization running over time, that we need to adapt to the things that younger people are doing. And so that's why I've been trying to move us away from paper forums and things that young people just aren't really into, and have more online stuff. So I think that our website right now, it's a very bare bones thing. And what I would like to do is this very good PowerPoint that we were just looking at, that ideally, I'd like to put that in on our website, because rather than have this wonderful presentation be available to, like, I don't know, the 10 people that are here now, it's like to put it online so it's available to anyone, anytime. And then once we have that product of that, people, even people that don't know anything about Unity, can be impressed and inspired, then it's up to us to spread the word by actually liking the like any Facebook posts we make and sharing it. Because if we ourselves don't actually like or share, which is called engagement in the digital world, the Facebook algorithm, it's brutally honest. If people are clicking on stuff and sharing it, the algorithm thinks people want to know about this, and it shares it to more people. And the algorithm, as we found, it works for, it's completely non-judgmental. So we, as we broaden our technical skills to get comfortable with this technology, we can expect to broaden our reach. But on the other hand, OTOH, it would actually, going back to the old methods, it would be good if we just had some old-fashioned inspirational, like what we used to call business cards. And then when we all have them in our pocket, and when we talk to people and they see if they have a spiritual home, and then we just like, well, maybe you'd like this one. So nothing will ever beat one-on-one contact. Just the way, like, Rosie came up and said hello at the first time I ever went to Unity. So thank you all.
Thank you, Marcus. And our finance, Rosie McLaren. Are you there,
Yeah.
Rosie? Yeah.
Yes, I am. I just unmute for some reason, didn't want to unmute. Finance team, yes, I am still, my term is still till the next AGM, and we would like to train someone who is interested in doing the finances. It's not difficult, and it doesn't take too much time either. So I encourage anyone who has a little interest in being a good steward of our finances to dare come forward and help out with the finances. Thanks.
That's excellent. And some of the teams that, excuse me, are not in place just at the moment. Fundraising and prayer team. So we have room for people to participate if anybody wants to participate in these areas and in all areas. And we encourage your coming forward to do so. Special events has been led by Angelica Bench.
Over the past year, we've had gatherings such as the first Sunday afternoon of the month to celebrate birthday and anniversaries of that month in Crescent Park. We've had the Christmas caroling in December with the musician Nelson sing-alongs by the Christmas tree. We've had the summer meetings, music and munching, and people always enjoy being live together, sharing music together, and we would invite others to suggest a special event to invite us to have more opportunities to gather. And like Pixie suggested, the movie nights once a month, having a spiritual movie that we can watch together and discuss together. Those are fun special events that make us feel more of a sense of belonging and implementing our teachings and living the principles of unity.
Thank you, Angelica. Welcome and support team is Rosie again. Rosie.
This will come in effect once we meet in person again, and we are looking for a strong welcoming team, because as Marcus said, it's like that first welcoming, open-armed hug and friendly smile that really does draw people into our community. And so, yeah, with all the teams, once we have teams in place, then we really are talking about a thriving unity, because then the work is shared and it's fun and we can all benefit from it. So yeah, that's it.
You're too modest, Rosie. Rosie is also welcoming and supporting by sending little greeting cards of appreciation every week to the speakers. And we've had on the team, not currently, but we had on the team Loreen Hubbick, who was sending get well cards if anyone had an illness or a loss of some sort. So those are all ways that we can contribute. If someone feels the gift of writing cards, there would be room on this team for you.
Thank you, Angelica.
This glorious morning, why ask for anything more? I follow where my heart leads, walk through this open door. I've always been a seeker, felt I was alone. Now in this room full of smiling faces, I know I found my home. This is where joy is, this is where love is, this is a place where I am strong. This is where eyes meet, where kindred hearts beat. I am right where I belong. Whoa. I'm accepted, I'm welcome just as I am. I'm ready to be inspired, to reach out a helping hand. This is a new beginning, I trust in the mystery. Now that my heart is open, there's no place I'd rather be. This is where joy lives, this is where love is, this is a place where I am strong. This is where eyes meet, where kindred hearts beat. I am right where I belong. This is where joy lives, this is where love is, this is a place where I am strong. am right where I belong. Whoa, I am right where I belong.
That was really nice music. Thank you, Angelica. And
It was well done, Angelica. Thank you.